The WRAL breaking news tracker is at the scene of a very serious crash.
Boy, it's been a real messy morning commute. Many crashes that we've seen overnight.
We'll give you a live look here at the scene. It looks like multiple vehicles were involved in this crash.
Oh, no. You do not want to go that fast over that bridge. DOT just treated it.
Our crews have been out all night long, and we're trying to hit the black ice and catch it before you do.
Road temperatures. That's an exclusive product that we have featured for you.
It does seem like things are worsening a bit as more people are trying to get out and about.
If you see a wet spot, assume that it's ice. Take a look at this. About an inch of snow in this area.
We have team coverage this morning on weather and road conditions.
Welcome in. Temperatures are falling across parts of our viewing area, mostly to our north. It is a WRAL weather alert day. Thanks for joining us. I'm Laura Levine.
And I'm Michelle McConaughey. Let's get you caught up on everything you need to know on how the system is shaping up. If you must drive, go slow, stay in control. We've been seeing many crashes across the triangle and beyond this morning, including I-87, US 64, and I-540. More than a dozen school systems that changed their plans today, including Wake County schools, which are closed today. Overall, we have more than 300 closings and delays because of the weather. And you can see those scrolling at the bottom of your screen, or you can get it on the WRAL weather app.
And our meteorologists are providing up-to-the-minute updates as this system moves through. And we'll have reporters live in the field checking on those road conditions and power outages. First, let's begin here with meteorologist Chris Michaels, who's starting our team coverage. Chris.
Yeah, and good morning to you. So our winter weather advisory continues for another 4 hours. This issued by the National Weather Service in Raleigh and in Wakefield, Virginia. And you see that really for the triangle northward, as we got to watch out for those slick spots. So I put together this map from some of your reports and from some official reports to show some of the adverse conditions in the yellow. Where it's in the green, it's where it's either clear or nothing really has been reported at this point in time. So at least some good news for those of us that are in those green shaded counties. Interstates, take it slow. We've got a number of crashes we've been reporting on all morning long, and we'll get an update from Ken Smith in just a moment. The side roads where they're not really receiving a whole lot of sunshine today, they'll stay slick in spots. Other surfaces, right? Your driveways, your sidewalks, your parking lots, those are going to be a little slicker throughout the day as well. And if you plan on doing some traveling up into Virginia, they saw a lot more snow than we did. So snow removal continues for I-95, I-81, and I-64 toward the northern part of the state there. There's a live look at Zebulon. Hey, at least this shot looks pretty, right? So you've got a little dusting of snow there in East Wake County, where temperatures are in the mid-20s. Garner's at 26, Durham 27. That's also the case in Holly Springs, where we saw a dusting of snow last night. Roxborough is at 27 degrees, and we have a crew heading up toward Person County right about now. Meanwhile, temperatures in the upper 30s and lower 40s this afternoon, so we do make it above freezing. Hopefully some relief from the conditions we've seen in parts of the area this morning. Ken?
All right, Chris, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. We want to get right to Sky 5 over a scene on Highway 64 near the I-87 interchange. We got reports of a situation where a Ryder truck was on its side. We're monitoring that situation with the help of Sky 5. And as soon as we get eyes on that, we'll let you know what's going on there. Listen, here's a crash that's closing the bridge over US 1 and Highway 98 there in Wake Forest. Anytime you see purple on the map, it means that that situation is completely shut down. We have a crew on the way to that scene. As soon as we get eyes on it, we'll let you know what's happening there. Things are getting a lot better on I-540 in those westbound lanes near between Lewisburg Road and Nightdale Boulevard right now. There was a crash that cleared like an hour and a half ago, but we were seeing some bumper-to-bumper traffic. But in the last 2 or 3 minutes or so, things just cleared up. These westbound lanes are flowing nicely in all directions. So if I-540 is part of your morning commute, you're free and clear this morning. As far as other routes coming into the Wake County, Raleigh area, really just a 1-minute delay if you're coming in from Nightdale, and similarly if you're coming in from Wake Forest. You're getting ready to head into the car. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Okay, thanks, Ken. In eastern Wake County now, crews are working to clear a serious crash on US 64. Ali Katlabar has been there since early this morning in the WRAL Breaking News Tracker. Ali, we know that this crash involves 3 vehicles. How's it looking out there?
Right now, we see one of those vehicles being lifted up into the tow truck. We just saw it lifted all the way, and this has been a very slow, lengthy, active process. They've been out here since 4:30, and you can see the damage to that truck. It was wrapped around this tree, and we want to show you this video from the WRAL Breaking News Tracker. You can see that white truck wrapped around the tree, and then there were two other vehicles that also crashed. They were towed away about an hour or two ago, and we're working to find out if there were any injuries. We did see a medical examiner, what appeared to be a medical examiner out here, so we're working to confirm if there were any fatalities. And right now we're seeing the last of the vehicles being towed away. We can see they're shutting down part of Highway 64. This is near Debnam Road, and we can see they are towing it away. State Highway Patrol now clearing the scene as we speak. And so, of course, you're going to want to keep it slow in this area, but right now it looks like they are starting to clear this scene. Reporting live in Wake County, Allie Cadlabar, WRAL News.
Allie, thank you. And like we've been mentioning this morning, many local schools are closed today because of the weather conditions. Wake County schools are among the districts closed. As of now, they are expected to open back up tomorrow. 9 other districts shown in red on this map are also closed today. The school systems in yellow are on a 2 or 3 hour delay. The ones in green are on remote learning today. You can find a full list of closures and delays on WRAL.com and on the WRAL weather app.
Taking a live look at Roxborough this morning. WRAL's Monica Casey live there as people start their day. And Monica, what are you seeing where you are right now?
Hey, good morning. Yes, we are in the snow capital of the Triangle. Let me spin the camera around here so you can see what we're seeing here on 15501 up in Roxborough. Now, the road itself has been pretty good, but one thing that we have noticed, we've tested out a couple parking lots, and a lot of the ramps of turning in and out of these pharmacies and restaurants and department stores, those are where it's pretty slick up here, both getting in and out. And so if you're turning out of a business, you're going to want to make sure you have plenty of time before any cars are coming, because you're going to want to take that pretty slowly. You can also see the middle lane over here does have some snow residue as well. Most of the people we have seen up here this morning and down in Durham where we were earlier this morning are taking it nice and slow and leaving lots of space between them and the cars in front of them. Live in Roxborough, Monica Casey, WRAL News.
Emergency management officials across the area are busy this morning as the weather is causing some dangerous conditions out there.
Yes, as we just got a look at Roxborough, let's take a look now at conditions in the neighboring city of Durham. Mark Lockhart joins us now. He's director of the Durham County Office of Emergency Services. Mark, thanks so much for being with us here this morning. What are you handling right now?
Actually, for us, it has been a relatively easygoing morning. The road conditions turned out to be a little less than what we expected. Our call volume is about normal for this time of day, and overnight was actually pretty normal for us as well.
And how did you guys prepare for this? Because, you know, going into weather situations, you don't know what you're going to get. You could get nothing at all, or you could get an inch or two of snow. So how did you guys prepare for this?
So anytime we have a weather event predicted for the area, we have a protocol that we follow that involves both city and county leadership, talking with the various stakeholder departments, general services, public works, and we coordinate with conference calls and communications prior to the event, and then closely monitor. Our emergency management team monitored weather overnight, and we continue to communicate that information out to our stakeholders and our partners in the city and the county to ensure that they're informed and that we're able to make those decisions when we need to.
Mark, it's really good to hear that you guys are seeing very little impacts from this system overnight. Do you still have teams on standby at this moment in case any other issues may arise throughout the morning?
Our staffing today is at a normal level. We did not have significant plans for increased staffing just based on what we were seeing and what we were getting from the National Weather Service. But obviously we have people that we can call in as need be to address whatever the situation is.
I'm glad that things are running smoothly for you this morning. Mark Lockhart, Director of Durham County of Emergency Services. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And you can count on the WRAL Severe Weather Team to keep a close eye on conditions for you this morning. Stay connected to updates anytime with the WRAL Weather app. With our dual Doppler 5000 radar, you can get updates from us quicker than from any other source. Make sure your push notifications are turned on to get important alerts right to your phone.
And you can also stay up to date on WRAL News Plus. We'll have live weather updates all morning long. Find WRAL News Plus over the air on Channel 34, Spectrum Channel 1257, and for road temperatures, you can use the WRAL News app. Still to come now, slick road conditions. You're taking a live look from Carr Lake this morning on this WRAL Weather Alert Day. And just ahead, meteorologist Chris Michaels and Amy Wilmoth will show you the key spots to watch out for as you head out the door.
8:13 this morning. Welcome back. When I was coming into work very early in the morning, it took me about a minute or two just to get a little bit of the snow and the ice off my windshield. You might find that to be the same thing in places like this in Oxford, Wake Forest, Youngsville, Red Oak, in parts of Warren County and Halifax County. That's where we've seen totals anywhere between a half an inch to 2 inches of snow. It's been less than that in places like Raleigh, but you see that little bit of a dusting on the grass and on the roofs, but just enough to make things pretty slick on some of those sidewalks, even in parts of the Triangle. So it takes a little bit of time, but you do see the sun trying to peek out in parts of the area. I would imagine after 10:30, 11 o'clock, most of you will be above freezing, but high temperatures today, they're only making it to about 40 degrees. Ken?
All right, Chris, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. We want to get right to the situation we've been monitoring for the last hour or so in Wake Forest, US 1. The bridge is closed right there at Highway 98. WRAL Sean Gallagher just arrived on that scene. And Sean, what are you seeing right now?
Yeah, well, you can see here behind me that Wake Forest police have blocked the northbound part of US 1 right now. They are diverting all of that traffic at exit 125 right there at Durham Road, and nobody is able to get this way. The only vehicle that we've seen come by is a snowplow that is trying to put some sand and some salt down on that frozen part of the overpass here. Now, all of this happened around 6:45 this morning, according to Broadcastify radio traffic. They have a tow truck down there that is pulling a vehicle out of the embankment there that you can see right now. And all of this was actually both lanes at one point. The southbound lane that is coming on the left side of your screen right now, that just opened up as we arrived within the last 5 or 10 minutes. But right now, they are just trying to put some of that salt and sand down once they get that vehicle off of the roadway as well, so that they can reopen this. Right now, they initially said that this roadway would be closed until 1:30, according to DOT, but it looks like they're moving relatively quickly. I will say, when I was listening to police radio traffic, they wanted to get some brine down and some salt and sand as well. Let it sit there and really do its magic and try to defrost the overpass there. We do know that the road conditions, overpasses, they will freeze first, so that is what they are dealing with right now. But if you are headed in this direction, try to avoid it if you're going northbound on US 1. As you can see here behind me, US 1 southbound is open, so if you are headed that way, you should be clear, Ken.
Of course, the Highway 98 is your alternate route to avoid what's happening there right now on US 1 and those northbound lanes there in Wake Forest. Sean, thanks. But as far as other major routes coming into the Raleigh-Wake County area, very little to no delays. Just a 1-minute delay if you're coming in from Wake Forest. Once you get past that situation there that Sean just showed us, and no delays whatsoever, just a 1-minute delay if you're coming in from Garner and Johnston County on US I-40 westbound. You're getting ready to head into the car. Tune us in on the radio. 101.5 HD3.
Ken, I want to point our viewers' attention to this screen right here behind me in the WRAL Live Center. It really seems like a lot of the issues we're seeing road-wise are in eastern Wake County. This, what you're seeing right here, is US 64. It runs through Knightdale Boulevard. When I pull it up on the map there, again, eastern Wake County. But you'll see there's this Ryder moving van that's on its side. And currently, there are responders there in the process of trying to get it back up on all four wheels. Now, what is worth noting is that as we were zooming in here, we're trying to figure out what specifically led to this crash happening. But this is not too far from where there's a bridge. What have we been saying all morning? It's really those bridges that we have been trying to keep an eye on because of the situation yesterday weather-wise and the lingering impacts overnight. The wet spots that you're seeing likely are ice, and that's what could very well have happened there on the bridge. We're trying to get specifics from investigators. But again, this truck is on its side. We're trying to get information in terms of what specifically led up to the crash, if anyone's injured, and how long it'll take to get this cleared up here. Sky 5 zooming out to give you a scope to see there are no cars here because in terms of traffic, we see there are some law enforcement vehicles that are posted elsewhere trying to block people from using it. But as soon as this clears up, we'll report that update here on the WRAL Live Center.
All right, thank you very much, Chris. Several parts of our viewing area saw some snow fall to the ground and stay a while. It's still there on the ground. WRAL's Destiny Patterson live in Youngsville in Franklin County for us this morning. Destiny, snow behind you.
That's right, and right under my feet too. You can see it under my snow boots. That kind of gives you a little bit perspective of just how much we're seeing here. Just about an inch in Youngsville and in Wake Forest here. And taking a look at the roads here, we have been driving up and through this area. We were just in Wake Forest. We drove up to Franklinton to check out a crash there. We have heard of a couple of reports of crashes, but in that case, that crash has cleared within about 45 minutes or so. And we also know that Sean Gallagher is on the scene of another crash right along US 1. I've been in close contact with the town manager over in Youngsville. He tells me that they are closing town hall today because of the road conditions here. The main thing that we're seeing here is more slick spots the further north that we have gone. We've seen more ice in between lanes, and we've also seen some of these wet areas along the sides of the road that we believe could possibly be ice as well. So it's definitely something to look out for. You're going to want to make sure that you're giving yourself extra time and extra space if you're heading out on the roads. Destiny Patterson, WRAL News, live in Franklin County.
And our meteorologists have been working so hard all morning long for us to keep us updated on what's going on. We have meteorologist Amy Wilmoth with us this morning, following all of these reported submissions. And this particular one, you're in this, Amy.
I know. How did I get in Durham this morning? Well, it's a photo. Daniel and Jennifer sent this in. This is Daniel in the photo here. He came to see Mike Mays and I at the State Fair, and he's holding our signed pictures there. Thank you for sending that in. Glad you got a little bit of snow. This is another photo sent to us from Wake Forest where they had about an inch of snow. This is a photo from April. Beautiful scene there with a little lake there and a nice little coating of snow on the grass. Now, in all seriousness, please be careful heading out and about. We've seen a few wrecks in the last hour because of the icy conditions, especially on those bridges. And our exclusive road temperatures show you why we're seeing those accidents all in the 20s right now. It's very, very cold. Anything on the road is going to be frozen if it's leftover moisture from what happened yesterday. It's also bitterly cold as far as the air temperature goes, so bundle up. We're in the teens in South Hill, still in the upper 20s in and around the Triangle. Meteorologist Chris Michaels is here with a look at some of the road conditions across our entire viewing area.
And Amy, this is a map that I've used over the past few years when I actually did weather more in mountain climates. And so the yellow here goes to show where there's some of those adverse road conditions in Wake County. It's really the eastern part. And the NCDOT is reporting those conditions also being the case from Johnston County northward, even in parts of Moore County so far this morning. So as has been the case all morning long, if you see something that you think is wet, just kind of assume that it's icy while temperatures are still in the teens and 20s. By midday, we'll just have to watch some of the shadier spots just because temperatures are going to take their time climbing, but they do eventually get above freezing, at which point the afternoon should be a lot more smooth sailing than what's been the case so far this morning. Durham, Raleigh, Benson, Goldsboro, and Sanford, 40 degrees your high temperature today. You're colder toward the Virginia state line, Roxborough and South Hill at 37 degrees. That'll about be your temperature heading into Lenovo Center for the Canes and Blue Jackets game this evening. Temperatures in the mid-30s going into the game and in the low 30s coming out. But some nice improvement in our temps by tomorrow. We'll see more clouds, but a breeze out of the southwest pushes us into the 50s. Weak system passes toward the north. We don't see anything from it. By Thursday and by Friday, a high of 50. Another system just to our north by Friday. You might see a stray shower locally. That's about it. And as that passes through, doesn't really cool things off just yet. Saturday's going to be in the mid-50s. A lot of the upper level wind is kind of hugging and holding on to the cold air up toward the north. We'll just get a little sliver of that as we head into early next week. A big sliver of that right now. It is very cold out the door. Temperature again 40 this afternoon. Mid-50s tomorrow. Temperatures slightly below average. Not a big deal as we head late week into Saturday. Another weak system by Sunday gives us the chance for some rain showers. Snow well to the north with that one, but a cool down heading into early next week. Ken?
All right, Chris, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. We're staying on top of that incident we've been following for the last hour and a half or so in Wake Forest. Capitol Boulevard, the bridge right there is shut down in those northbound lanes because of a crash. This is right near Highway 98. Sean Gallagher just gave us a look at what was going on there, and he said they're trying to make quick work of opening those northbound lanes. The other trouble spot, Sky 5, was over this scene a little while ago. It's an access road right near the interchange between Nightdale Boulevard and Highway 80 and I-87. State troopers and first responders are trying to keep people away from that area, not really causing any problems for the major routes like I-87 right now. As for major routes, here's a live look at I-40 and Lake Wheeler Road. Traffic flowing nicely in all directions, and that's what we're seeing on all of our major routes coming into the Raleigh-Wake County area. Very little to no delays right now.
All right, thank you, Ken. Taking a live look now over the Durham Bulls Athletic Park, the DBAP there. We are following up-to-the-minute conditions across our area on this WRAL Alert Day.
Stay safe with the latest WRAL Weather Alert Day info. Get up to the minute weather and traffic conditions when you get in your car. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM, in Durham 96.5 FM, and everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Time now is 8:26. I'm Michelle McConaughey. Well, if you look outside, you'll see some snow. We are still under a winter weather advisory. Let's get over to meteorologist Chris Michaels with the details.
And that advisory, right, has nothing to do with any new snow that's falling, but it has more to do with the slick spots that we've seen in parts of the area. We'll have an update from Ken Smith and traffic coming up momentarily, but this advisory will go out of effect by noon, at which point you'll just have to watch some of those shady spots that really aren't getting the benefit of the sunshine to melt things. But by the afternoon, temperatures do make it above freezing. And if you did wake up to some snow and you're able to measure it, you can send that to WRAL.com/report it. We appreciate you doing so. Ken?
All right, Chris, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. We're staying on top of that incident right there in Wake Forest, US 1, Capitol Boulevard, if you will, right near Highway 98. Sky 5 just showed up over that scene. This is what we're looking at. It's a situation where you can see the tow truck has that truck on the getting ready to be towed away. You can see first responders there on the scene. The northbound lanes of US 1 right now completely shut down as they get ready to clear up that particular area. So I'll tell you, Main Street might be your best bet in terms of avoiding Capitol 1 at this point.
All right, thank you very much, Ken. And we have been following several early morning crashes across the area. This is video from US 64 near Zebulon. That cleared a little over an hour ago. A truck was seen wrapped around a tree. We've also seen several crashes reported overnight in Raleigh and along I-87. Next on Fox 50, we have team weather coverage following the winter weather impacts and what you need to know as you head out the door. And coming up today, Kerry Washington talks Netflix's Wake Up Dead Man and Knives Out mystery.
A winter weather advisory continues for the next 3.5 hours from the triangle northward. We'll show you hour by hour when we expect temperatures to climb above 32.
And happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center, Sky 5 over an incident that we've been reporting on here in Wake Forest. US 1 in north and southbound lanes just reopened. We'll have a live report coming up.
And we're following multiple crashes across the triangle. Slick, icy roads could be to blame. We'll show you the areas that will slow you down as you head out the door this morning. We have a lot we are tracking, especially when it comes to road conditions this morning and the temperature outside. It's cold out there. It's a WRAL Weather Alert Day. Thanks for sticking with us. I'm Michelle McConaughey.
And I'm Laura Levine, yes, and we're going to help you get prepared as you're heading out the door. So let's get you caught up on how this system is shaping up. So right now, if you must drive, go slow and stay in control. We've been seeing many crashes across the triangle and beyond this morning, including on I-87, US 64, and I-540.
And more than a dozen school systems that have changed their plans today, including Wake County schools, which are closed.
Overall, we have more than 300 closings and delays because of the weather. You can see those scrolling at the bottom of your screen or get it on the WRAL weather app. So our meteorologists are providing up-to-the-minute updates as the system moves through, and we'll have reporters live in the field checking on those road conditions and power outages. We also have Ken checking on the conditions, too. Let's begin here with meteorologist Chris Michaels.
And it goes to show you that it doesn't take much in terms of the amount of snow to cause some issues. Even places that only saw a dusting, it got cold enough to create some problems out there. If you have business plans or travels heading into parts of Virginia, they got a lot of snow. Parts of areas like, I believe it was Wakefield, got 7 inches of snow, and areas south of Richmond dealing with that as well. Here, for the most part, it's been a dusting to an inch, but some higher totals toward the Virginia state line, where we've seen about a couple of inches. But one of the things you'll need to watch for, and we're just giving you a real example of it, will be bridges, right? And so you can see that here in our live camera out of Lewisburg, where things are very cold on that surface. It doesn't take just the surface, though, to be cold. It is very chilly in Garner at 26 degrees. That's also the case in Rocky Mount. Holly Springs 27, Fayetteville at 31, although in the Sandhills you really didn't see much of anything yesterday, so we're not concerned about your road conditions. But for those of us that did see some snow, maybe try hitting up the gym if you can instead of running on the sidewalks. I know it's different on the treadmill, but just for your safety, that might be a little bit of a better option for you. After 11 a.m., temperatures do climb above freezing. Not by much, but we'll take anything that's above 32 when we've got the slickness on the road so far this morning. We'll see some sunshine with temperatures nearing 40 degrees heading into your Tuesday afternoon. Ken?
All right, Chris, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. We just heard from one of our viewers in Person County. She's telling us that 158 at Old Oxford Highway, she describes it as a sheet of ice. So if any of those, that intersection sounds familiar, those roads sound familiar, you might want to avoid that in Person County if you're getting ready to head out the door. Maybe an alternate route might be in order. We're still monitoring this situation here in Wake Forest, US 1 Capitol Boulevard, if you will. Those northbound lanes continue to be shut down. The southbound lanes opened a little while ago, as Sean Gallagher just reported in the last half hour. But right now, we're still seeing a slowdown there in those northbound lanes. Highway 98 is your alternate route in terms of getting around what's happening there in those northbound lanes of US 1. But it's a situation where we've seen so many crashes today, including this one. Sky 5 was over this one in the last half hour as well. It's a rider truck on its side and all of this access points right there, the 87 Highway 64, Nightdale Boulevard interchange, if you will. It's really a situation where first responders are keeping cars away from the access ramp. So nothing to worry about in terms of the major routes like I-87 and 64. Speaking of major routes, here's a live look at I-40 and Lake Wheeler Road. The westbound lanes moving away from us, moving at a nice steady clip, really. And the good news is, for all those major routes coming into the Raleigh-Wake County area, very little to no delays, short of a 2-minute delay if you're coming in from Wake Forest. You're getting ready to head into the car on 101.5 HD3. We'll keep you updated.
And Ken, we know 3 vehicles were involved in that serious crash on Highway 64 in eastern Wake County that you just mentioned. The scene cleared earlier after crews were there for 4 hours. This is video from the WRAL Breaking News Tracker at that scene before 5 a.m. You can see a pickup truck was badly damaged and 2 other vehicles were also involved. We're working to learn more about what caused the crash and whether anyone was hurt.
Well, many local schools are closed today because of weather conditions. Wake County schools are among the districts that are closed. As of now, they are expected to be back open tomorrow. 9 other districts shown in red on this map are also closed today. The school systems in yellow are on a 2 or 3 hour delay, and the ones in green are remote. You can find a full list of closures and delays on WRAL.com and on the WRAL weather app as well.
So let's get a live look now at conditions in Roxborough, known as the snow capital for us. WRAL's Monica Casey is there now. And Monica, what are you seeing?
Well, it's definitely the snow capital up here, especially when you compare it to what we were seeing in Durham this morning with really not much accumulation anywhere. Up here in Roxborough, we are on 15501 heading south right now, and you can see lots of snow on the grassy areas here next to the road. But when it comes to the road, it is passable. We have found some slick spots, though, especially in the middle turning lane on this road. Also in left turn lanes to get onto side streets and we have seen a lot of slick and icy spots when it comes to turning into some of these businesses over here on the right side. For example, those little ramps are quite slick. We've also seen a lot of sidewalks pretty much completely covered with snow. So if you're out walking around this morning, you want to be really careful, especially for the ice that you might not be able to see. Now, we are seeing drivers taking it nice and slowly this morning, leaving lots of space between them and the car in front of them, keeping it safe. Live in Roxborough, Monica Casey, WRAL News.
Really good to see people taking it slow out there.
Absolutely.
Well, we know parts of Nash County got more than an inch of snow, and now they're dealing with ice.
We are joined now by City of Rocky Mount Fire Chief Darvin Moore. Chief Moore, thank you so much for joining us this morning and taking the time. What are conditions like out there by you?
Good morning. How's everybody? The conditions here in Rocky Mount are fairly well. As I was commuting this morning around 6 o'clock, roads were actually extremely clear and dry. So we fed up pretty well when it comes to the winter weather for the city of Rocky Mount.
What are some of the biggest trouble spots that you've been dealing with so far this morning?
As of right now, we have not dealt with any major trouble spots, but I do caution motorists to be careful when it comes to driving, especially with the below temperatures. You have a potential for black ice, so you have to be careful and just take your time and make sure you enjoy your route to work.
And how did your crews prepare for possible slick conditions this morning?
So what we try to make sure that we actually do, we inform our community through our Facebook page in reference to educational information in reference to how to proceed with stuff coming into work, as far as just take your time, make sure you have an emergency kit with your vehicles, make sure you have flashlights, things of that nature, and make sure you're full of fuel, and just take your time as you travel.
All right. Thank you so much, Chief, for joining us this morning. And like he just said, take your time when heading out there in eastern North Carolina. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Sure. We are tracking road conditions all across our area this morning. Kelsey Coffey live in the WRAL Storm Tracker. Kelsey, where are you? What are you seeing?
Michelle, right now we're in downtown Raleigh. It feels like almost everywhere this morning here at the Storm Tracker. I-540 West near Buffalo Road, Nightdale. We'll go ahead and give you a look now at road conditions here in downtown Raleigh. You can see some of that snow still there on the ground. And we've just been telling folks all morning, if you see a wet spot, assume that it's ice. We've been covering more than a dozen crashes throughout the morning here. All of those crashes were weather related, so just be careful. Give yourself a little bit of extra time before you head out on your morning drive. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News. I'm in Raleigh.
And you can count on the WRAL Severe Weather Team to keep a close eye on conditions for you this morning. Stay connected to updates anytime with the WRAL Weather app. With our dual Doppler 5000 radar, you can get updates from us quicker than from any other source. Make sure your push notifications are turned on to get important alerts right to your phone.
And winter weather standby. The city of Durham has teams and trucks ready to go this morning. How they're also helping get people out of the cold.
And a slick morning commute. You're looking live from Dix Park on this WRAL Weather Alert Day. Beautiful dusting of snow there. It's chilly, though. Meteorologist Chris Michaels and Amy Wilmoth will show you the key spots to watch out for as you head out the door.
.43 this morning. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, we've been showing you this view of downtown Lewisburg there, and specifically on the bridge, as you see folks hopefully taking it easy on that bridge, as it is one of the cooler spots in the area or on the roads. We always talk about after winter weather events, watch out for the bridges, and it just kind of sounds like we're repeating ourselves, but there's a real world example. As the cold air is flowing beneath and over those bridges, they turn icy and cooler before other parts of the road. So for the morning commute, temperature still in the 20s for now. As we head toward midday, that's when we start to climb above freezing, with highs today near 40 degrees. Then a nice break from the bitter cold as we head toward midweek. by tomorrow afternoon. We're looking at high temperatures in the 50s. We'll show you if there's any other chance of precipitation between now and the weekend. Ken?
All right, Chris, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center, 3 things you need to know. Expect slick road conditions right now. We've seen several crashes from the overnight hours into this early morning that we've been monitoring. And by all means, give yourself some extra time. Leave the house a little sooner than usual. Here's a live look at I-40 and Lake Wheeler Road. This is indicative of what we've been seeing on all of our major routes. Very little to no delays coming into the Raleigh-Wake County area. Coming up, we'll take a look at that incident on US 1 North near Highway 98 there in Wake Forest.
In the meantime, Ken, let's go ahead and take a look at this update that I have here on US 64, also Knightdale Boulevard in eastern Wake County. That Ryder van I was showing you maybe, 30 minutes ago, it's back upright. You can see it's back on its 4 wheels there. Earlier, it was on its side, but you can see there's the tow truck there that managed to help it get up with the crane. So we're trying to get more specifics in terms of what led up to that crash. But as I pointed out earlier, not far from where you're looking right here is there's this bridge, right? And we've been talking about why those were the trouble spots overnight with the conditions that we saw and how freezing it may have been an issue. Sky 5 giving us a better look, but was that actually what led to this crash? That's what we're working on getting more information about. As soon as we have confirmation, we'll report it here on the WRAL Live Center.
All right, thank you, Chris. Having a weather resource that you can trust is crucial, especially this time of year. So we want to show you some exclusive features on the WRAL app that will help you track the conditions. Here's a look at the app this morning. The home screen puts weather alerts at the top of the screen where you can't miss them. A new feature that's also helpful, you can access closings from the app as well. Those are front and center. The app also puts the forecast at your fingertips. You can use the radar section. You can see the dual Doppler 5000 and zoom it into your neighborhood specifically. You can also look at the national radar, map current weather alerts, and see our futurecast. The WRAL weather app is available for free wherever you download your apps.
Several parts of our viewing area saw some snowfall to the ground and actually stay a while. This is a look at Franklinton. We have Destiny Patterson, who is just south of there in Youngsville this morning. Destiny, what are the conditions like right where you are?
Laura, like you mentioned, right in the Youngsville area, this is one of the areas where we've seen some of the most snow, about an inch here. In terms of the roads themselves, we're not seeing that snow cover out on the roads. Things have been mostly clear, at least at first glance. Where we're really starting to see some of those slick spots is in between lanes. So you'll want to watch out for that if you're trying to pass, if you're trying to switch lanes. We're also seeing some of those slick spots along the sides of the roads, those areas where you would typically see ponding alongside the roads when we get some of that wet weather. We have been in close contact with officials here in Franklin County. They have reported several crashes in and around this area. They also have reported a lot of icy patches. We have noticed that the commute seems to be a lot smaller this morning compared to most other mornings, likely because a lot of places have either delayed opening or they have canceled opening altogether. If you do plan to get out on the road, though, it's the same thing that we have been saying all morning. Make sure that you're giving yourself extra time and extra space even when you do get out on those roads. Destiny Patterson, WRAL News, live in Franklin County.
As we give you another look at cancellations and delays this morning, you may be wondering, how do school districts decide when to cancel school? It's a question we are often asked by our viewers in situations like these. So we did ask districts that question. We're told there are no firm numbers they're looking for. It's just a judgment call. And they base it on timing of the weather, the amount of precipitation, and the risk of ice on the roads. We spoke with the superintendent of Durham Public Schools. He says safety always comes first. We also spoke with Wake Schools yesterday about the decision to cancel. Officials say it was made based on the uncertainty of the timing of the weather.
The city of Durham has more trucks and staff on standby this morning. The city also increased efforts to make sure no one is left out in the cold. This wintry precipitation combined with cold temperatures makes this a white flag warning in Durham. The city is expanding its partnerships with local nonprofits to create more available beds.
Over the last year, we have seen a rise in the number of people who are unsheltered in Durham. And so from that perspective, yes, I think there is a greater need this year than last year. I think that's probably a consistent trend across the country.
And you can find a warm place to stay every night at Open Table Ministries Shelter on Clarendon Street, the Durham Crisis Response Center, Urban Ministries, and the Rescue Mission.
We are getting a look at some of the snowfall across our area from your pictures sent to us via Report It. Wade Thomas sent us this photo of snow out of his back door near Carr Lake. Wow, look at it, covering that patio there. And thanks to Pam Staples for sending in this photo of the beautiful sunrise over a snowy lawn in Youngsville. And meteorologist Amy Wilmith tracking the forecast for us. And Amy, we love seeing all of these photos come in.
Absolutely. This one was a cute one. This is Charlie the donkey out in the snow in Durham. Thanks to Rob and Jen for sending us this photo. I don't know if Charlie's happy or a little annoyed by the snow there. This little kid's not annoyed by the snow. It was enough in Wake Forest. They said, PK says they had over an inch in this particular location in Wake Forest. So we love seeing your Report It photos, WRAL.com/report it. That's where you need to send them. Road temperatures, we're starting to see some improvements in these numbers. So they're going up just a little bit in our southern counties, now in the low 30s. Still below freezing everywhere, but it's nice to see these numbers creep up just a little bit. Hopefully we'll continue to see that. I think we will within the next couple of hours. I think many of us will be around freezing or so, and we'll start to see some big improvements. Temperatures are still very cold in the low 20s in our northern counties, still holding steady at about 27 in Raleigh right now. And meteorologist Chris Michaels is here with the satellite imagery. It's kind of neat because you can start to see where we have that snow still on the ground.
Exactly. All the white that's moving is your clouds, and all the white that's still on the satellite imagery is your snow. And the reason why I show you that is because snow is very reflective. It reflects about 90% of the incoming sunlight. So make sure you got the shades on if you're going to be driving out and about. It's one of those things that when you have snowpack on the ground, you can't help but do that whole move, right? Especially as you get toward the Virginia state line, where we have reports of about 2 inches of snow, areas like Littleton near Lake Gaston. Also another inch in Youngsville and near Red Oak, and close to that in Wake Forest. Meanwhile, just a dusting in parts of the Triangle, including but not limited to downtown Raleigh, where you see that snow on the grass and on the roof of the Legislative Building, and maybe a few slick spots on the sidewalk as well. A little breezy with a mix of clouds and sun. Temperatures mid to upper 20s right now in the Triangle. And as we get toward midday, that's when temperatures go above freezing. That's when the winter weather advisory from the National Weather Service will be allowed to expire. In terms of this afternoon, we'll see a mix of clouds and sun and high temperatures near 40, which is quite a lot below average in terms of temperatures for this time of year, but at least it's above 32, so we'll take that. Again, Raleigh at 40 degrees, Roxborough 37, Fayetteville at 42 heading into the afternoon. Next weather maker tries to come in this weekend, but it's really going to stay bottled to the north, so we don't expect a whole lot of precipitation, maybe just a few stray showers on Sunday, but the bulk of your Arctic air is going to stay up toward the north. The bulk of your snow is going to stay up toward the north as well. If that's not your speed, keep in mind most of our snow happens well after December, and so this might just be a little bit of a taste for you. Heading into tomorrow, things thaw out nicely with highs in the mid-50s. By Thursday and Friday, a high of about 50 degrees. 55 the high again Saturday. There's your chance for a few hours showers on Sunday, and then things cooling off into next week. Highs in the low to mid 40s on Monday.
All right, Chris, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. We just got reports from the town of Wake Forest at the US 1 North, Capitol Boulevard, near Highway 98. That crash that happened earlier has cleared, and all lanes have since reopened. So that's really good news if you have anyone headed north on Capitol Boulevard or US 1 at this point. We just saw Sky 5, Chris Lovingood in the WRAL Live Center showing you this picture of that Ryder truck back up on its wheel. This is a bridge over I-87 this morning, and really not causing any impacts for any of the main routes, but it's something that the first responders are making sure people are avoiding in that particular area. But they're making quick work of getting that Ryder truck back on its wheels. I-40 and Lake Wheeler Road, these are the westbound lanes moving away from us at a nice steady clip. No major issues to report at any of our major routes. I-540 and Buffalo Road, that was a trouble spot earlier on, but it's all clicking nicely in all directions for right now.
Okay, Ken, thank you. Let's take a live look now at Lake Gaston this morning. We are following up-to-the-minute conditions across our area on this WRAL Weather Alert Day. We'll be right back with another check of weather and traffic next.